The city of Hamilton says it's now paying 70% of the costs associated with handling the homeless crisis, up from 51% last year. It's a whopping increase that City Councilor Brad Clark says is incredibly frustrating. Emily Taylor joining us live in studio tonight with more on this. Emily.
Good evening, Matt. Now, with the city covering 70% of the costs associated with encampments, Hamilton is looking at $119 million funded by taxpayers just this year.
The city's contribution grew from 51% to 70%.
Wow. A gasp from Mayor Andrea Horvath in council today after city staff recounted just how much money Hamilton is paying for homelessness supports. The city says $170 million of its budget this year is going to housing and homelessness supports, and the city is forced to cover 70% of the costs, leaving Hamilton taxpayers to foot an $119 million bill. And that's a dramatic increase from just last year, when the city was paying a little over half of the $147 million costs.
So with respect to the reliance on levels of government, it has been the city's contribution we have been increasingly reliant upon.
The provincial government gave $28.6 million to the city's housing and homelessness prevention program this year, something Ward 9 Councilor Brad Clark calls frustrating, as more people are going without shelter in Hamilton.
Municipalities are being slagged by many agencies and people for not doing enough for the homeless, and yet we are going beyond our ability to pay to try to help the homeless because the federal and provincial government are not.
According to the most recent data, more than 1,500 people are experiencing homelessness in Hamilton. And new province-wide data suggests 234,000 Ontarians are homeless. Mayor Andrea Horvath also directed city staff to look into sanctioned outdoor encampment sites.
Let's call it what it is. It's a huge emergency, a huge crisis. We need to tackle homelessness based on the cause of homelessness, and we cannot do that as a municipality.
Hamilton is among a coalition of big city mayors requesting that Queen's Park introduce a new minister solely dedicated to solving the homelessness crisis. This will be the main focus for many at the Association of Municipalities conference starting on Sunday in Ottawa. The Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing didn't answer our question on if the province will provide more funding for Hamilton specifically, instead pointing to that $28 million provided to the city yearly, which they say is a 28% increase.